You know that feeling. You've got the brand new 4K screens mounted on the wall, the client is waiting, and you just need to get a signal from, say, the server closet to the lobby. You plug in a 50-foot HDMI cable, you hold your breath, and you get, well, you get static, maybe a flicker if you're really lucky.
The classic digital cliff. That's a hard limit. We think of these cables as just pipes, but electricity has rules, especially when you're pushing this much data.
It is a total nightmare. So today we're unpacking a piece of gear that's designed to just bypass that whole physics problem. We're looking at the NTI VOPEX-C64K18GB-4V2.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Right. Let's just call it the VOPEX system. The promise here is huge. Taking one source, like theater quality video, and splitting it to 4 different screens up to 394 feet away.
And that 394-foot number, that is the whole reason this thing exists.
Right.
Because a standard copper HDMI cable, it just gives up the ghost way sooner.
Usually around, what, 20 feet for full 4K 60 hertz?
If you're lucky. Yeah, about 20, maybe 25 feet.
Okay, but hold on. Copper is copper. How is the VOPEX getting nearly 400 feet just by switching to a CAT6 cable? I mean, isn't that just copper wire inside too?
That is the million-dollar question. It's all about how the data is packaged. HDMI is, it's like a raw fire hose of data. It's incredibly high bandwidth, but it's also really fragile.
Okay.
It needs precise timing that just falls apart over distance because of interference and resistance.
So this VOPEX box, it isn't just a passive adapter then?
Oh, not at all. Far from it. The broadcast unit is actively converting that fragile HDMI fire hose into a much more robust packetized stream. It's a stream that's designed specifically to survive inside the twisted pairs of a T6 cable.
So it's shielding the signal from all the noise that would normally kill it.
Exactly.
That makes sense on paper, but I've used extenders before, and there's always a catch, right? The picture gets a little soft, you see compression artifacts. Is this actually a one-to-one copy, or are they squashing the data to make it fit?
And that is where this unit really shines. The specs say this is uncompressed Ultra HD 4K by 2K at 60 Hz. We are talking 18 gigabits per second of bandwidth.
18 gigs is a ton of traffic.
It is. And crucially, it supports 4.4.4 color sampling.
Which matters for what exactly? I know film purists love it, but for something like digital signage, does it make a difference?
Oh, a huge difference. If you use a cheaper extender that compresses the color, say down to 4.2.0, a movie might look fine. But if you have fine text, like on a menu board or a spreadsheet,
oh, it gets blurry.
It gets blurry, or you get this weird color fringing around the letters. 4.4.4 keeps that text razor sharp.
That is a fantastic point. If I'm putting up a menu, I need people to actually read the prices. So what about audio? I don't want the sound getting crushed either.
Nope. It handles all the heavy hitters, Dolby 2HD, DTS HD, Master Audio, LPCM. But the feature that really caught my eye was the audio de-embedding.
Meaning you can basically peel the audio layer right off the video stream.
Precisely. Each of the little receiver units has its own dedicated audio outputs, both analog and digital SPDIF. So imagine a sports bar. You've got the screen on the wall.
Right.
But you want the game's audio going to a big separate sound system, not the tiny TV speakers. You can just plug the amplifier directly into the receiver at the TV.
That saves running a whole separate audio cable all the way back to the source. That's smart.
Okay.
Okay, but control. If my screens are scattered across a warehouse, how do I manage this thing?
Well, you're not running laps, hopefully. It acts as a central hub. You can use the front panel buttons, sure, but for any pro setup, it has Ethernet and RS-232 control.
Which is key for automation systems like Crestron or Control4.
Exactly. You can script it, turn ports on and off remotely. It turns a physical problem into a manageable software problem.
All right, uncompressed 4K, nearly a 400-foot range, professional audio. I'm guessing this isn't priced like one of those little consumer dongles you find online?
No, definitely not. It's listed at $1,090. That price, plus the 2-year warranty, really frames it as a set-it-and-forget-it professional tool. You're paying for the reliability of that 18 gigabit per second throughput.
It's infrastructure, not an accessory.
That is the best way to put it. It solves the logistics of high-res video without you having to accept any kind of degradation.
It really just highlights how these hardware limits always end up driving innovation, doesn't it?
It does. And honestly, it makes you wonder about the future of cabling itself.
How do you mean?
Well, think about it. If the standard structured cabling that's already in the walls of most buildings can now perfectly carry uncompressed, theater-quality video and audio, are dedicated video cables like HDMI eventually going to become obsolete for anything longer than a patch cord?
That is a sobering thought for anyone hoarding gold-plated HDMI cables. We'll leave you to chew on that one. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.